So if you're having problems with your Roland SPD, basically the number one fault is you get bits of dust and rubbish, i.e. bits of wood off drumsticks, etc. underneath your pads. As you can see, it's double triggering. Hit one pad, it's triggering 2, 3 sometimes. Absolute nightmare. So I'm going to start stripping it down. You've got 11 screws in the back, yeah. Just Phillips screws, and then you've got 4 across front there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you take all them out, so next bit, when you get all your screws out, is to take the back off. So if you turn it upside down, so your pads are facing down, and just gently, and I mean really gently because there's tabs underneath, just start easing it off. Your power button, push it in, make sure that's in, because so that it makes it a little bit easier to get it out. So as you can see, I'm just easing it out a little bit, turn it over a little bit, try and prise it from front. Don't use a screwdriver or anything, your fingers is enough to open it up. So yeah, it comes off at that side first. I'm just checking I'm not catching anything on the sides. It is a bit fiddly, but it does come, as you can see. A little bit more and it's off. So you basically just put your bottom part to one side then. So you can see there's like foil over the top. Just fold edges up a little bit. That'll show you. So your rubber pads are tucked underneath into this part on the sides. You can see they're just hooked over like little grommets. So you just unhook it like that, little screwdriver. So you're taking them off at tabs. Both sides, same other side, exactly the same. And then your rubber strip at top there, you just pull that off with your fingers. There you go. Just take note where you've pulled it from, because you need to put it back in the same place. Now there's a clip, there's a tab here with a locking tab. So I'll turn it around so you can see. So you just pull the locking tab, just pull it out, and then that just pulls out. Just be careful not to damage that. That's like your main power source. So what you need to do now is pull your rubber pads off, and you'll see there's actually not, it doesn't look like there's much underneath mine. I have had it apart before and there were loads of bits of wood off of drumsticks and dust inside it. Now I look now, and if you rub your hands across it, you can feel them, little bits of dust, and you'll be surprised. So what I recommend you get is like a small brush, something like a paintbrush, really soft, or a makeup brush. It seems to work good. Just go backwards and forwards, make sure you get every little bit of speck of dust, brush it off, make sure it's smooth. Spend a bit of time, because you'll be surprised what difference it makes. Blow it off as well as you're going along. Now the top part, that's the same. So that peels up And just lift it up. Same again, just wipe any dust. Blow it as you're going along. Just be gentle with that sheet underneath. They are quite delicate, but they all have a place. You can see where they all fit in, so you can't really go wrong. They've all got their own place. So first time I've done this, I thought I'd have a look under foil. So there's just 3 screws there. Take them out. See if I could check for any broken bits of soldering, etc. I thought I'd get it clean. So this is why makeup brushes seem to be ideal, because they're really soft. So I just advise, be really careful as you're brushing along all these contacts. I've just brushed it lightly and blow it at the same time. It may do something, it may not, but at the end of the day, if it's clean, surely it's going to make a difference. It's all about contacts on these pads. So satisfied with that, fold it back over, 3 screws back in. And you're basically going to start putting it back together. So your main power tab, that needs to go back in, as you can see. But before I put it back in, I just give that connection a wipe. Just a little brush over, make sure there's nothing on that. Make sure it's pushed all the way in. So you've got a full cut. You'll know when it's in. It can't go any further. Then you just press the locking tab in. So build up time. Make sure all these pads are where they're supposed to be. You'll see. So the rubber edges need to go back through the sides. Use a little screwdriver once you've cleaned it again. Make sure there's no dust drops back underneath. So just feed them tabs under. Same on both sides. Once you get them through sides, you can pull them. When you flip it over, you can pull them through. Just be careful if you are using a screwdriver, don't nick rubber. So the top edges that fold over, you pull them back over. Like I said, remember where they go. You can't go wrong, really. And they're on. Make sure that tab's in place. Can't stress enough with that one. You should be really careful. Then make sure they're hooked into the grommets. Spend a bit of time on that. Just make sure they're all in place, because once you've put, I think it's something like 15 screws, last thing you want to do is go through it all again to pull it back in place. So time to put the bottom cover on. So make sure your power switch is in, so it makes it easier to go through the hole at the back. There you go, it slots in place. It's on. You've just got all your screws to put back in now. Time to test it. Winner, winner. You won't believe that a little bit of dust would affect it. So now it's not double triggering at all. Every pad you hit, yeah, turn it off, on, off, all working fine. And if you sent it off to Roland, this is all they do for first stage. They basically clean it. So it's worth trying yourself. It's not too hard. Give it a go, because it could save you a lot of money in the long run. Cheers for watching. Hope it helps somebody.